This happened in early March 2024, just outside of Yuma, Arizona. I'm not the kind of person who normally shares stories like this online, but after what happened, I honestly think it might save someone else's life. I was driving from San Diego to Tucson to help my sister move. That week, parts of I-8 were shut down because of the El Niño storms. The flooding was so bad that entire stretches of the highway had collapsed. It was all over the news. My GPS rerouted me. It offered a 43-minute detour through some back roads I'd never heard of. It didn't seem unusual. Lots of people were taking weird detours around that time, so I accepted it. That was my first mistake. The road it led me to was called Dead Oak Pass. No signs, no gas stations, just cracked pavement and nothing but desert for miles. I figured I'd be back on the main road soon, but the longer I drove, the worse the road got, and the more isolated I felt. 15 minutes in, my phone lost all service. I figured that was normal, but then my dashboard started glitching. My backup camera wouldn't shut off, my music froze. The GPS said I had arrived, but I was literally in the middle of nowhere. I was about to turn around when I saw a car pulled off to the side of the road, hazard lights blinking. At first I thought maybe someone broke down. I mean, this was the middle of the desert, so I slowed down. That was almost my second mistake. As I got closer, I noticed the driver's side door was open. No one was inside, no footprints, nothing. Just a running car and an open door. I pulled over about 50 feet ahead of it and just sat there. Something didn't feel right. I remembered something I read earlier this year, an FBI bulletin warning about fake breakdowns on remote roads. Criminals using abandoned cars to lure people out of their vehicles, then rob or worse. So I stayed in my car. A few minutes later, a white SUV, no plates, appeared behind me. No headlights, even though it was just about dark. They pulled up real slow, then stopped about 30 feet behind me. Didn't honk, didn't flash, just sat there. Then the driver's side door opened, and someone stepped out. I couldn't see their face, but I saw what looked like gloves. They didn't walk toward me or the broken down car, they just stood there, watching. I didn't wait to find out what they wanted. I threw my car in drive and floored it. My tires kicked up gravel and I was gone. I didn't even check if they followed. I just drove like my life depended on it. Because it did. It took me 30 minutes to get a signal again. When I did, I called 911. I gave them the coordinates of the stalled car and described the SUV. They said they'd send someone. Later I searched Reddit and found 2 other people had reported seeing that same broken down car with hazard lights near the same area both in the last 2 weeks. One person said their brother disappeared after stopping to help, and just 2 days after my trip a story came out on local news about a body found off the same road, still unidentified. I think about that night every time I drive now. And if you take anything from this, never trust a GPS blindly. Always let someone know where you are, especially if you're traveling rural roads. And if you see a car pulled over with no one inside, keep driving. Because not all horror stories have ghosts. Some have people,